Hello mathematicians, puzzlers, and other curious people. In this problem, we are going to calculate the average speed over the course of a day of a crop duster airplane. So in this problem, a crop duster's route for the day was 1,240 miles. The pilot takes off at 7 a.m. and is done for the day at 5:15 p.m. with a 1-hour lunch. Now we're told to set up and solve an equation using the formula distance equals rate times time to calculate the plane's average speed. So we're using this formula here, distance equals rate times time. So we know some of this information. For example, the distance is the length of the route. So we know that plane traveled 1,240 miles during the day. The speed, that's just the same as the rate, so that's what we want to know. That's going to stay an unknown for the moment. Time is what we need to figure out. So here's what I'm seeing. We have the time the pilot started for the day and the time the pilot was done for the day, and we're told he took a 1-hour lunch. We don't know exactly what time that lunch was, though, so what we can do is calculate the full length of that day and then subtract out 1 hour. So from 7 a.m. to noon is 5 hours. And then from noon to 5:15 is another 5.25 hours. Remember, 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour. So in all, that's 10.25 hours. But one more thing we have to consider. We have to take out that 1-hour lunch because the pilot was not still flying while he took his lunch break. It's not how that's done. So subtracting out 1 hour gives us 9.25 hours of flying time. Now that might seem like a long day, but pilots make some good money, so sometimes they work long days. So that time is 9.25. Okay, so now we have an equation. Now we just need to use an inverse operation to get the variable by itself, and then that will tell us, since our variable is r, the rate, that will tell us the plane's average speed. So I see the operation in this equation is multiplication, so I need to use multiplication's inverse operation, division, to remove that. So my next step will be to take this and divide both sides by the same number, 9.25. That will be eliminated, and this definitely looks like a calculator problem, right? If you want to do it in your head or manually, I won't stop you. Feel free to push the pause button if that's something you want to do, and when you've got it calculated, come back. I'm going to use my calculator because I'm lazy like a mathematician. 1,240 divided by 9 and 2500ths, so 9.25 equals. Well, I'm going to cut this off after a few digits because it's an inconveniently long decimal number. So that's 134.05405, and then I don't know because my calculator ran out of digits. So I'm going to say that that plane's speed was about 134 miles per hour that day. So just keep in mind, there are lots of formulas you can use to help you set up problems. And just when you have that formula, just put together what you know, try to narrow it down to one thing that you don't know, and then just use algebra to find out what value works. And other than that, I will once again say, calculator.